Welcome to the Elephant. Today is July 16th, and this is your daily news update. Today, I would like to talk about the headline, Zohran Mamdani. He might be the new up-and-coming mayor for New York City. Zohran Mamdani, his background, he was born in Uganda, so he was not born in the US. Family is Muslim. Mother is a notable filmmaker. Father is a dean at Columbia University, and his religion is Muslim, which is a follower of Islam, a monotheistic, meaning one God religion that originated in 7th century Arabia. I looked up what religion were the terrorists who caused 9/11. Terrorists who caused 9/11 were Islamic extremist group, meaning like a terrorist group. And I said, are Islam and Muslim the same thing? It says Islam and Muslim are not the same, but Islam is a religion while Muslim is a person who follows Islam. Zohran Mamdani is a 33-year-old Democratic socialist. He openly says that for the New York City, and he is running as a Democratic candidate. These are some of his policies that are very controversial. So his housing policy is he wants to freeze rent on all like $2 million apartments. Transit is just free buses, free universal health care, free supermarkets. So basically, city-owned grocery stores. That meaning that you can't. So something like a bodega where it's just like a small shop here on the side of the corner of the curb, they won't be able to make good money off of that because everything that people buy off the street corner now is going to be the same price for everything. So there's no competition, everything is free. So the quality of products and services are going to go down because if everything is equal, yet the product themselves were not made equal, but they're being sold as equals, then why would people try hard to make a good product? So public safety, he wants to focus on mental health outreach, crisis response, and hate crime prevention. That means that he wants to lower down the police intervention down a lot. And I'll just let you read some of these if you want to pause the video, but we're just going to go down here and look at what the Daily Wire has to say. This is a Republican outlet, so it's going to be it's going to be biased, but let's see. New York landlords freak out over Mamdani, threaten to leave and throw money at Eric Adams. Eric Adams is the independent candidate who's running for the New York mayor spot. Even though Mamdani is actually the front runner, Eric Adams is the current mayor for New York City. Says New York City landlords and real estate developers are panicking about Zohran Mamdani becoming mayor. They say that he is a socialist, campaigning on freezing rents for 2 million New Yorkers living in rent-stabilized apartments. He has many critiques on capitalism, said there must be a better distribution of wealth. He is basically opposing any wealthy person in New York, saying he just fights for the poor people. But I would say that the poor people probably get the less end of the stick in terms of this. And because if every rich person has good real estate and knows where to go, they're all going to leave. And if the rich people are paying way higher taxes just for these government-run grocery stores, and they leave, that means that it's going to go down to the next tier level of the middle class, and then even the poor class. Let's say if the middle class leaves, it goes down to the poor class to buy their groceries by themselves, which they should have been doing at the beginning. But think about that. If every good, wealthy person leaves New York and it just strips the economy bare of the actual capitalists, meaning the people who own businesses and where the money's at in the city, and just leaves the poor people, the economy is going to go nuts. Rate of living is going to be terrible. So this is what he looks like. It says, Zohran Mamdani, end goal is seizing the means of production. That means he doesn't want anything new built in this country. I just want to read you this. This is his father. He's the Colombian dean. Believes the Allies and Nazis have the same goal. Abraham Lincoln was Hitler's inspiration. White people are the oppressors. America is the root of all evil. BLM is the resistance. So he's very anti-America. That's where this comes in, where I asked, were the terrorists the Islamist people? I get people who are Muslim and come here for better life and they're pro-America, But this guy right here, the fact that his father is a dean at Columbia and he's spreading this stuff to his students, so not only are his students having to listen to this stuff, but if Zohran Mamdani is elected as a New York City mayor, he's going to be spreading this stuff to a bunch of people living in New York. That is not good because that is super duper anti-American beliefs coming from a Muslim who is supposed to be running one of the most influential, I guess, one of the most influential cities in America, if not the most historical, most impactful city, is going to be a Muslim who's running this, who is way to the left in terms of the socialist. Says a theory for advocating for social ownership. That means nobody owns anything, we all share it. So you can't own your Xbox, you have to share with everybody. That means if you bought it, everybody uses it, not just you. It also sees the mean production. Any property for socialism, does anyone own anything? Under socialism, the main production, like lands, factories, and companies you have are all controlled by the state. That means they have total control. You have zero freedom over what you have and what you don't have. It says, what does capitalism do for our country? This is what our country should be running on. This is what Zohran Mamdani is going against. He is going against economic growth, innovation, wealth creation through owning things, free market, and competition. If you have zero competition, what is what is the purpose of getting better? If you work your butt off in basketball practice, but this kid who doesn't practice at all comes in and gets as equal playing time as you, even though you've worked 10 times as hard as them, you'd be pretty upset because they're getting equal play time, even though they're putting in less work. But America was built on Christianity, where these countries like China, Cuba, Vietnam, I don't know how to say that, Laos, North Korea, Venezuela, North Korea, that's a socialist country. Do you really want New York to be turning into North Korea? This is what Zohran Mamdani is advocating for. Start asking questions more and start being more aware of these people who have obviously great leadership, great salesmanship, great social skills, and honestly a decent personality to persuade people. But don't be so easily fooled by their policies and by what they could do for our country. So, yeah, the end of the video. Thank you for watching The Elephant, and I hope to catch you on the next Daily News Update.